Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to share June with you. I'm a little late this month, but we've had a lot of wedding planning stuff going on. Had to make a quick out-of-state trip, so I just finally got around to setting up June, which I'm doing in my new Nuna notebook, which I am so excited about. I've been waiting to jump into this notebook for a long time, and I am hopefully going to be sharing a review with their new notebooks very soon. So my June cover page and overall theme was based on an image that I saw on Pinterest of a sunset painting over a beach. I get asked all the time where I get my creativity from and where I get my inspiration, and Pinterest. Pinterest is the answer. I definitely need to learn a thing or two from people who get all their own ideas and never have to look at somebody else's work. So this is inspired by a pin that I saw on Pinterest of a painting. And what I did was I just took and I drew out the block letters for June in pencil, and then I erased them to make them really super faint because I didn't want to have that outline, and I didn't want to have to go back and try to erase those without trying to erase the colored pencil that I'm putting in. So I'm just kind of trying to recreate this look of a sunset over the ocean with colored pencils and blending them, and I'm just using Crayolas. I like Crayolas. They're super affordable. They come in a ton of colors, and because I don't use colored pencil that often, it just didn't make sense for me to spend $60 on Prismacolors. That may be a future thing, but for now this worked just fine, and I really like how it turned out. For those of you that don't know, I live in Montana, so we don't see much tropics here, and it's actually usually pretty cold up until mid-June. So my reasoning behind choosing this theme is because obviously I am craving warm weather because it's been about 50 degrees here every day for the last month, and summer has just been teasing us. So I am really looking forward to summer, and my fiance and I get married in July, and then we are definitely hoping to go somewhere warm and sunny. So this is kind of the lead up to that. Originally, I was going to put a quote at the bottom of this page, and it was going to say, "Never half-ass anything, no matter what you do, always use your whole ass." But I ended up wanting to go with a doodly floral arrangement that was kind of tropical, so I ended up doing a pineapple and some plumeria flowers and just some leafy greens that I could then color in with the colors that I'll be using for this month. And I really like the way it turned out. Part of me kind of wishes I would have done the quote just because it's more me and kind of made me laugh, but I really do like how this ended up turning out. So the next page in my June setup is just my calendar, and it's where I keep my important dates and stuff. If you've watched my previous Plan With Me videos, you'll probably recognize this. I've done this in the past a couple times. It's a setup that I like to use. In my May Plan With Me video, I tried a circular calendar, which worked fine because I didn't have a lot going on that month, but in June we have a big camping trip that we're going on, and we have a ton of last-minute wedding stuff to do. So I wanted something that would provide a little bit more space, but I also need that calendar view. It definitely helps me lay out my month and just be able to see things. So I did the top as like a standard calendar, and then at the bottom I just have space to write in my important dates and to-do list. And then I just decided to go with the same overall color theme with this warm kind of tropical feel to it. And then of course I had to go in and add some doodles too. So the next page is my habit tracker for the month of June, and I'm going with something a little bit more standard, but not quite what I've normally done. Last month I tried to draw these little individual eyeshadow palettes for each habit that I was tracking, and it turned out to be a bigger pain in the ass than I anticipated, and I didn't end up using it as much as I would like to. Like, I still tracked my habits, but I had a harder time like filling them in. Probably just because they were individual. So this is actually inspired by Archer and Olive on Instagram. Mine doesn't quite look like hers, but it's the same kind of setup. So on the left hand side is where I will write my habits, and then each habit has 2 rows that will have 15 days per piece, which I'm setting up now. And then so I'll write the dates in and then just be able to fill them in every day and just go down the list instead of having to look at each individual habit and wonder if I filled it in or not. Honestly, this may be one of my favorite looking habit trackers to date. I really like the simplicity of it, and I like how it's laid out vertically. But my biggest problem is that I hate writing in all these little numbers. I get really frustrated really quickly, and then as I move farther down the list, they just get messier and sloppier, and so luckily I know that there are 30 days in a month and I'll be able to tell what they are, but I'm not sure other people looking at it would be able to tell what the numbers say by the end. So again, I just took and used those same colors that I used on the cover page and on the calendar to kind of create a faded, not really ombre effect, but a faded effect from top to bottom. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I like to keep my monthly goals on the same page as my habit tracker because often my habits reflect my goals. So I'm a blogger and I'm here on YouTube and I'm on Instagram. So those are things that I typically set goals for myself on, and then I have fitness goals and I have personal and family goals. So those kind of things are reflected in my habit tracker as well as in my goals. So as I'm filling out my habit tracker, it's just kind of a reminder as to why I'm doing these things. And while I fill in these habits, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a Facebook group and I would love for you guys to join it. I occasionally go on and do some live videos. I've recently been asked on Instagram how I do the plumeria that you saw at the bottom. So obviously this video is in fast motion, and I want to go live in there and do a tutorial on how to do the plumeria flower in slow motion, like in real time, so that you guys can create your own tropical spreads. So the name of the group is Petite Planners, and I will leave a link in the description if you'd like to join. So my final page for June is a sleep and productivity tracker. Last month I tracked my moods again. I hadn't done it in a long time, and I'm not doing it in June. I just have found that it doesn't really work for me. I don't really experience much benefit from it. So instead I am going to track my productivity and sleep. So the top box is for sleep, and I will have a total of 10 slots up there for up to 10 hours of sleep, which is crazy. I only ever get about 5 or 6, but I just want to see if there is a correlation between my sleep cycle and my productivity, because May has been very stressful and I haven't got a lot of sleep, but I also haven't got a lot done, like as much as I would have liked to have got done. So this month I kind of just want to see if there is any correlation between the two. So it's really nice to have them both on the same page. So on the top sleep tracker, I just have labeled my days 1 through 30 in a vertical format. And then on the bottom, I am going to track my productivity on like a bar graph. And obviously this is a very perceived and individual thing. So my version of productive is going to look a lot different than someone else's. And I'm just rating it on a scale of 1 to 5, and I will just kind of look at my day and then decide if I think that I was productive that day or not. And then I'll be able to look up top based on yesterday's sleep and see if maybe there was a reason that I was a little less productive than I wanted to be. Thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I feel like I might be getting better at this YouTube thing. The voicing over and editing videos is all kind of new to me. And I've been trying to watch some people on here to get some better ideas, but I'm still no pro. So feel free to let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And if you're not already, definitely head over to Instagram and follow me there. I am the Petite Planner. I'm also on Facebook and Pinterest, and I'm kind of on Twitter sometimes, but I'm on Pinterest and Instagram all the time, so you can always find me there. Again, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will be back again soon with more.